Hello Chris, and welcome to Furnatex, and your first time to Australia.
Yes, first time.
A big part of your work is looking at existing materials and discovering how to reuse them in a new way. What are some examples of this that you've seen in your travels and research?
Well, I think the food industry is providing a whole load of new material opportunities for all sorts of things, from plastics to new types of leather, through to proteins you can extract from silk. I think that's a fascinating area because we talk about reuse. We talk about corn as a new type of plastic, but corn takes away from food for humans. So I think the idea of materials being taken from the waste of food, I think, is really exciting. And as I was talking about earlier, Eric DeLawrence uses fish scales to make plastic, mixing it with a bioresin. I think it's a fantastic thing because it also gives you a completely different, new-looking material.
So why is it so important to look into new materials in a new way?
I think because we have so many resources now, and we have so much information available. We have new materials, we have new types of machines, we have machines that are very affordable for us to explore and experiment with. And I think if you bring all those things together, then the opportunities for having something new are very, very rich and very varied. And I think we should look at new ways of using existing things. And we talk about science and innovation, but there's as much innovation coming out of reusing natural materials in a very simple way. I don't mean molecular way. I don't mean chemically, but reusing natural materials in new ways. I think is just as exciting.
New technology is now looking at the need, with designers taking charge and becoming new materiologists, which you mentioned today. Can you elaborate on this term a little more?
Yeah, I think that in recent years I've seen more designers, people from the creative industries, and I mean fashion designers or furniture designers or product designers or interior designers, who are really not just designing the thing, not designing the interior or the wall or the product, but actually designing the material. Going back to what am I going to make something with, and where is there an opportunity to create a new type of material. And this is not coming from science. These guys are partnering with science, but it's not being driven by scientists or chemists. It's being driven by designers. And so I call these guys new materiologists.
Are you seeing a boom in this sort of behaviour with designers?
Yes, absolutely. And I think as designers want to get into issues, it used to be you studied design because you designed a thing, a product, a physical, thing, whereas design is more about ideas, more about strategy now, more encompassing. So it makes sense that getting to grips with the material part is part of that process.
You also spoke of me-centric materials. What do you mean by this?
Well, you can see it already. You can see garments that are tailored so that you can personalize them, running shoes. And that ability of materials to conform to our own unique bodies, as opposed to the product, the material will change shape across a whole kind of different population. I think it's about a material that performs only to my requirements. So it senses my body temperature, my mood, and then it adapts, or it sends out a signal, or it changes color.
And why do new materials fascinate you so much?
Just because it's a vision of the future,
yeah.
And the vision of the future is always exciting, and it's very playful, and it's the childhood boy who used to like watching the Jetsons.
Yeah.
In me.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, Chris, and enjoy the rest of your time in Australia.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.